All right, take it away.
Oh my gosh. Well, hi guys. For some reason, I thought this was a retreat. So I was like, oh my God, they're all going to be together and they're all going to be drinking and have such a fun time. But this is good too. I hope one day that you do all get to be together and have retreats and love on each other. The day is quickly coming. I can feel it. Like I'm going to stay optimistic, right? It's happening. It's happening. So for those of you that don't know me, I will introduce myself a little bit. Mary Day, as my little thingy says. I am the Central Region Manager for Coach Development, and I work with 2 through 5 stars and above. I say above because sometimes they make relationships, and I just don't want to stop working with my people when they get above 5 stars, so sometimes you just get stuck with me. I used to work with 1 stars and we kind of changed that. Now that's not to say that I don't work with diamonds and 1 stars. I absolutely do. But Johnny On and Kevin Shaw, Kevin takes diamond, and they have some really, really great trainings to help you guys further your business and rank advance and have those tools and keep you accountable. So that's their total focus. Just like my total focus is getting you to 2-star, getting your second CBC placed and above, right? So all that being said, I'm here to support you as coaches and as business owners. I'm here to help you reach your definition of success, whether that matches mine or Bay's or the next door neighbors. It's your definition of success that means the most to us. Okay. So that's why I'm here, is to help you do that. I am a single mom of 3. I have 3 boys and they are the loves of my life, plus a fur baby. And he's also a boy. I know, weird. My oldest is 17, my middle is 15, and my youngest will be 13 next month. So if you're into praying, keep me in your prayers because I'll have 3 teenagers, 3 teenage boys. So I don't really think I want to talk about that anymore because it's crazy. I have used Beachbody products since before I worked for Beachbody. So I've been working here for almost 5 years now, and I absolutely love Beachbody products. I was a Turbo Kick instructor for probably 6 years, give or take. And I used P90X, Insanity, all of those things, right? So I absolutely bleed Beachbody Blue. I love, love, love our products. And I love that I get to work with you guys. Like Bailey and I have worked together for probably 2 years now. It has to be close to that. So whenever I talk to her, she raves about you guys. She talks about her team like they are the best people in the world. And I now get to see you. I get to see the faces behind the leader, and it's incredible. Like, I just love team calls. So thank you so much for spending a little time with me tonight on a Friday. Guys, do you realize what you could be doing on a Friday? And don't pull that like, I don't have anything to do. I have kids and a husband and whatever. No, 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 no. Like, I know better. You guys could be starting your weekend early, but you chose to be here with me to learn things. And obviously you're thinking about, I'm going to hear something that's going to resonate with me. I'm going to hear something that's going to be new and I'm going to learn. And that's exactly the mindset that you should have. That's exactly what a business owner does. You guys are making sacrifices and you're making yourself better. So I commend you. Like, awesome, awesome. You're here and I am incredibly impressed. So I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about the compensation plan. That's kind of what we had talked about as a general topic, but I will also open it up to questions for you guys. Are we all Emerald Diamond here?
Emerald and above, 2 diamonds.
Okay, Emerald and above. Perfect. Good. So then I can kind of, I know where to take this. So compensation plan, guys, I'm here to tell you it's easy peasy. Heather is half emerald. Okay, well, we know what next week brings for you. It'll be whole emerald, okay? So let's talk about the compensation plan, and let's talk about how it has a lot of moving parts, but it's not hard, okay? What I mean by that is if you listen to it and you're like, I get that part, but not that part. It's okay, guys. it took me months, maybe even a year to like grasp all of the ins and outs. Okay. So what I think happens when coaches think that way is that they're trying to think beyond where they are at the moment. Okay. And let's just take it one piece at a time. You can look further and say, okay, that's what's going to be available to me at this point. And when I get there, I'm going to think about the strategy and the tactics and all of those things. But for right now, let's go where we are. And if you have questions about placement, about volume, about all that stuff, that's why Bailey's here. That's why I'm here. Okay. So we can kind of start to guide, right? But I'm telling you, there's no way that you can ruin your business right now. Okay. So starting out with the compensation plan, there are 4 ways to make money. And this is why I was looking for a slide deck, because I know there's like a billion of them around, and I wasn't about to make myself a new one because I don't reinvent the wheel. I use other people's. So we're just going to have to like think of pretty things. Okay. So in the compensation plan, there are 4 ways to make money. Now, as a coach, you unlock number 1. A coach is eligible for challenge pack bonuses and the commissions. Okay. So if you have a fast start, if you're sponsoring people, that's great. You can get that bonus and you can get commissions from your challenge pack. So if you sell a 160 challenge pack, you make $50. If you sell something else, you make 25%, right? That's as a coach, that's what you get. That's where you are right now. So those coaches that are half emerald, that's all we're eligible for right now, which is great. It's awesome. You can make a lot of money doing that. That's great. But let's take it one more step further. Okay. So like I said, first step, commission. Okay. That's the first way. Second way is team cycle bonus. Now, when you become an emerald and above, you unlock the compensation plan for yourself. So what I like to say is you become compensation plan qualified. Say that 10 times fast. Seriously, go ask your 5-year-old to say compensation plan qualified and see what happens. I bet it's going to be reelable. What that means is that everything that you sell and everyone that's under you, like part of your teams, is that they create volume. Now, volume does not equal money. Volume amount doesn't equal sale amount, but volume does equal money. Okay, I want you guys to remember that. Volume equals money. The more volume you have on both sides, the more your paychecks will be. And we can go on and on about this. So I'll come back to the team cycle bonuses and kind of break it down a little bit more. Okay, but let's go one more step. Step number 3. Okay, this is the team cycle matching bonus. Oh, God bless you. So remember how I said you unlock the compensation plan at Emerald? You unlock team cycle matching bonuses at Ruby. So Ruby and Diamond, you unlock the matching bonus. And I'll come back to you and I'll explain that as well. And then at 2-star, you unlock the bonuses. Okay, so that's 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, 15-star, those bonus pools. So to recap, way number 1 is commissions. Second way, team cycle bonuses. Third way, team cycle matching bonus. It's different. Fourth way, bonus pools. Star Diamond bonus pools. Got that? Yeah? Okay, cool. See, you guys are already like, oh my God, that's so easy. There's just 4 ways. Now, if you're thinking there's got to be more to the compensation plan, like Elite and Premier and Success Club and Success Starter, that's different, guys. Let's think compensation plan equals paychecks. Those things equal recognition. They have some great rewards and some awesome perks, but they don't necessarily equal in your paycheck. Does that make sense? So that's kind of the difference there. We have a recognition plan and we have a compensation plan. Got it? That kind of helps when you think about it that way, right? So let's go back to that team cycle bonus. So this, Bailey, are your dogs like, are they behind you? Or is that a person?
It's my boyfriend and pillows.
Oh, cute. I'm like, is that a dog like rolling around? How adorable. It's your boyfriend. I mean, that's cute too. Not as cute as a dog, but just kidding. I'm kidding.
He acts like it, so it's fine.
I'm kidding. It's still super cute. Okay, so team cycle matching or team cycle bonuses. This is the one where if you've seen the Michael video and he plays with the little action figures and you're like, still don't get it. That was me. I like watched it and I was like, this makes zero sense. I don't even know. So if you have watched it, I mean, you can, but I'm just telling you, it didn't help me very much. So anyway. Okay, so how team cycle works, team cycle bonuses. How it works is you have a strong leg and a weak leg. So let's say, for example, your strong leg has 1,000 volume, okay? And your other leg has 1,000. Which one is your strong leg? 1,001, because the other one has 1,000, right? 1,001, 1,000. So how we do these cycles is we take 200 points from the strong side and 100 from the weak side. So of course we're going to take it from the 1,001 side. That's your stronger side. So that takes it down to 801, okay? Now what does that do to the other side? Remember, 1,000, 1,001. So we're going to take 100 from that weak side, and that takes it to 900. Do you realize what just happened? Now we have 900 and 801. Whoa, is your mind blown? Weak side, strong side flipped. So the strong side is now your weak side. The weak side is now your strong side. That's very, very important to understand. It is not always the same one, okay? Whichever side has more volume is your strong side. Brittany, you look very confused. She's like, girl, you were talking Chinese. Right? Okay. So
we all love this stuff. We all talk about volume all the time. So we love it, but we also just haven't, I mean, like Brittany's half emerald, so she hasn't really like learned all the volume things, but you know.
And again, so if you're not there yet, like let's look and let's try, because what you're going to do is you're going to hear it today and you're going to be like, I don't get what the F you're talking about. But tomorrow you'll be like, oh, that part makes sense. And then the next time you hear, you'll be like, that part makes sense. So you're going to learn little by little by little. I promise. Stay with me. Okay. Stay with me. So I'm writing on my notebook because I don't have a whiteboard because I work from home. So, I mean, there's that. So then we're going to go this. Stay with me. Stay with me. Hold on. Damn it, I messed it up. I need a Sharpie. One. And if you're trying to figure out why we do it that way, I don't know. Don't ask where the 200, 100 came from. That's just how it is. So don't even try and understand that. That's just how it is. I don't know where the bonus amounts came from. This is just, we accept it, okay? This is just, it's just how it is. So then we do this. Then we do this. Okay. This was the easiest way that I learned. Can you guys see that? Kind of?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see how the strong leg, weak leg bounce back and forth. This is what I was trying to illustrate, okay? So if you have one leg that has like, I don't know, 10,000 a week, and your other one has like 300, well, yeah, you have what we call a runaway leg. So then you're gonna say, okay, yeah, I have a legit strong leg. But it doesn't always have to be that way is what I'm saying, okay? If you end up signing a rock star coach on your other side and then you get 20,000, well, then it switches, okay? Stay with me, Brittany, I promise. It's okay. What you need to know about a volume is the goal is to be as even as possible or 2 to 1. The reason for that is because it maximizes how much you run the cycles. Does that make sense? The goal is even or 2 to 1, because then you're going to exhaust both sides or one whole side. Okay. So is that way advisable to be setting up? Sabrina, that absolutely depends on your organization. That's the hard thing about teaching comp plan, because every organization is absolutely different. And I will say that I did a call today and she was building her second CBC. Well, because she was building her second CBC under her husband's account, he then got a strong leg. Well, his outside leg, so he got a strong leg, which made him unbalanced. So his weak leg became his strong leg, right? And so then we looked at her money spots, and I said, okay, if you want to start making more money, you absolutely can build your second CBC and you're going to cycle there. But it doesn't matter how much you add on the strong side, that's not going to create another cycle for the weak side. So if you have a super weak side, then you can look at buffing that up and getting more cycles, okay? So that being 2 to 1 or equal. That's all you need to know. And right now, you really are playing checkers. If you're like diamond and below, even into 1 star, it really is like the 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, you know, trying to keep your active coaches, trying to see where, you know, you want to rank advance, because 2 star, that's really where you start playing chess. Okay. And I'm not going to get into that at all, just simply because we aren't there and I don't want to overwhelm you. That's why at 2 star, Mary Day calls you up and says, freaking congratulations. Let's look at your second CBC. Let me explain this to you. Let's figure out where you want this second CBC, what makes the most sense for you. Okay. So you are not alone. You're never going to be alone when you're rank advancing. Okay. It just doesn't happen. So I hope that makes you feel better. If you have questions, I can answer them specifically. I don't want to confuse you, okay? I'm just talking about the volume. So any other questions about volume and how it works? No? If you think
I think I have a question just to like have it clarified for the other girls. So if you're Emerald and you have all this volume stored up and you drop Emerald, what happens?
So when you drop Emerald, your carryover flushes. So you lose all of that volume. That's why we say when you're at Emerald, yeah, is it Heather Green?
Yeah, Heather.
Okay, not Heat, like.
We call her Heat.
Okay. Oh, I got it. Okay. But yeah, it's not a good thing to lose your volume. So when you drop to coach, because coach level does not unlock that compensation plan, all of that volume goes away. So let's say, for example, as an Emerald, you have banked 20,000 on your strong leg and you dropped. Well, now doesn't matter what you do, that 20,000 goes away and then you start all over again. Okay. So it really is in your best interest to stay active. I mean, even if you're just making 2 $14 cycles as an Emerald, y'all, that's still $28. Like, I don't know about you, but $28 still spends as much as $100. So I still want it. So keep that in mind. And speaking of flushes, now none of you are even close to this, but there is, after 5,000 cycles, a master flush. Okay. And it happens to all coaches everywhere. It takes years. But just keep it in the back of your mind. It's something that happens. That policy will never change, but it does. It just, yeah. So make sure that you maintain Emerald at the very least.
So they flush out your carryover is what you meant? Okay.
Yes.
So that carryover goes away if you drop to coach or if you go inactive?
Both.
Okay. I knew it was for if you went inactive. I wasn't sure about the dropping to coach, but now I know.
Yeah. It's definitely, we don't want to drop to coach. I mean, you just don't get paid.
Yeah. Like
you're just not going to cycle. You don't qualify.
Perfect.
Yeah. Anything else on that, on the volume? No? Okay. If you have anything, chat it, okay? Now let's move on to the team cycle matching bonus, okay? Again, this unlocks at Ruby. And at Ruby, it's 5%. At Diamond, it's 10. Let me explain what it is. So your team cycle bonus is what you make from your volume, okay? We've already gone over that. A team cycle matching bonus is a portion of your downline's team cycle bonuses, okay? None of that made any sense to anybody, so let me break it down. I am Bailey's coach, okay? She's my mama coach. So she signed, I made $100 this week for my team cycle bonuses. Because Bailey's a star diamond, she qualifies for 10% of that. So she just made $10 from my 100. Okay. And at Ruby, she makes 50. I'm sorry, 5. So when you think about having a team and encouraging them to hit Success Club and help people with the total solution, that's can be really lucrative, guys. Like, think about Melanie Mitro with like thousands of people in her downline. She's making a good chunk off of her team cycle matching bonuses. And it also helps her, it helps you want to help them, right? So it speaks to the point of, I don't want to just sign my coaches up and just be like, good luck, like, fly little birdies. You're definitely going to want to help them. Like, hey, let's hit Success Club. Let's talk to these people about the total solution. Let's talk about your nutrition and Shakeology and all of these things, because you want to help them achieve their goals so that your income grows at the same time. Okay. Any questions on that one? That one's pretty straightforward once you like understand it's like a portion of your team cycle, coach's team cycle bonuses. So any questions there? And you'll see it on your pay stubs when you go into your back office. It'll say like matching bonus or something like that. Okay. And then let's talk about the bonus pools. Again, the bonus pools don't come into play until you're 2-star, but it's pretty exciting, guys. Let me pull up. I don't have Q1's numbers. I don't know when Q1 paid out, but
I know last year just for 2-star was 700, for example.
Yes. So I'm going to give you guys the Q1 stats from last year because they're the most fun. Because the Q2 bonus was 700 for 2-star. So how do we come up with these bonus amounts? Okay. What we do is everything that Beachbody makes, we take 2%, okay, of the revenue that Beachbody makes for that quarter. We split it into 4. So each fourth is a quarter. Okay. And we have one pool for 2-star, one for 5, 10, 15. So they all have the same amount. So let's say, for example, it's $1,000. Like we're just talking small numbers. Stay with me. So it's $1,000 for each pool. Well, in the 2-star pool, there's 500 people. So that $1,000 gets split 500 ways. Okay. Well, then let's move to the 5-star. Well, there's only 300 people there. So that 1,000 gets split 300 ways instead of 500. So your chunk is a little bit bigger, on and on. So that's how we calculate that. And when whatever pool you're playing in, you get all of the pools up to that point. Does that make sense? So if you're 15-star, you get all 4. If you're 10-star, you get all 3. 2-star, 5-star, you get 2 and 5. Does that make sense? And it's for every single CBC that you have. So if you have 2 CBCs, your first is 5-star, your second is 2-star, well, you get 2 2-stars and 1 5-star, right? So those can be very lucrative as well. So to share with you the Q1 numbers from last year, the 2-star was 914, the 5-star was 2711, the 10-star was 11,200, so 11,200, and the 15-star was 41,000. So think about that. You have 11,000, 41,000 just at the top 2, and the total, if you were 15-star, was over $56,000. Can you guys imagine that in your bank account? And I want to point out that that was Q1, y'all. Q1. There's 4 quarters in a year. Okay. So if you're thinking about people like Micah Folsom, who are superstar 2 or 3, yeah, you heard me right. They get 3 times that. So here's where I go into my spiel. Okay. What did it do to your gut when I started talking about those numbers? What did it do to your gut when I started saying you need to help people and you need to help your coaches help people? Was it like, oh, and the money, and then I got like, ew, I just don't want to, like, you know what I mean? Like, ew, the selling, right? Guys, I hope you're all sitting down because you're salespeople. I'm a salesperson. Your doctor is a salesperson. We are selling, every one of us is selling something. There is not one person in this workforce that's not selling something. And you are selling a total solution to help people achieve their goals and live healthy, fulfilling lives. And if that makes you want to like creep away, there's definitely work that needs to be done in here, right? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing. There's nothing wrong with you saying, girl, I want to help you live your life. I got the answer. I got the total solution. I have this bomb ass community. You need to come with me. And it's like 160. Are you kidding me right now? And this Shakeology stuff, like I can't even keep up with my hair, my freaking nails. I scratch my boyfriend at night with my toenails. And like, I don't even know what's going on, right? But you gotta come with me and do this. If that makes you feel gross, you need to do the personal development. So that's my challenge to you guys. You're hearing about these numbers and you automatically disqualify yourself. That's just not in the stars for me. That kind of success is not available to me. One of our top 10 coaches was a server at Denny's. Do you guys understand that? She does not have a college degree. She is a mama that was putting food on the table with dollar bills and change from her tips. The reason that she welcomed this wealth into her life is that she knew she had something that was worth her time and energy. She worked her ass off. And when we talked to her in New Leader Conference, she said, I'll be damned if anybody outworks me. No one will outwork me. So you need to figure out what that relationship is with money, right? I'm here to tell you guys, I have a messed up relationship with money. I do. I really do. We grew up poor. We got evicted from our house. And when I say that, I mean like the red final notice on the door and like you have 30 days to vacate. Like we had no house. We got groceries from our church. We did not have our cars. They ran on like prayers and duct tape. I'm not even kidding you. And if you guys feel me right now, let me tell you this. I have worked so hard to change the way that I think about money. It's not gross. It's not gross. I work really hard for what I have. So now I see money as my energy. Like I work so hard to get it for my family. And when I choose to spend it on whatever, you know that it's worth my time and energy to give to you. And I also see it as a tool. I'm able to go through the drive-through at In-N-Out and pay for the car behind me. And my kids watch me do that. And they think it's so cool. And they're not scared to come home and say, hey, can I maybe like buy pizza for my friends? I'm creating generous humans. That's amazing. And if I can't do it, let's think of some other way to serve. It's opening up all these different avenues. But I don't feel icky about money anymore because I put my energy into making it and I'm welcoming more of it into my life. So I'm going to give you guys a challenge, okay? And this is going to sound really silly, so I'm being like kind of vulnerable with you guys. So I read this personal development book. I've actually read one or two a week. And this one, she was saying that, she's like, if you want your bank account to look like a phone number, and I was like, whoa, pause. Hold on, like, do y'all know how many digits are in a phone number? Like a lot. And I was like, I had to sit back for a second because I never thought about my bank account balance being that long. That sounds so stupid, right? It just sounds so dumb. So I was like, okay, this is going to be part of my visualization exercise. Like clicky clacking, logging into my computer, into the bank account, like you see the thing. Cause I mean, we all log into it 5 times a day. Cause maybe, just maybe one of these times it's going to be like, you've won the lottery. Guys, I know we all do it. So like logging in, but when I log in, they have to reduce the size of the font for my balance, because it is as long as a phone number. But here's the thing, guys. In my visualization exercise, I'm not surprised at that balance. I'm not surprised that it's there because I worked to get it there. It's not something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I like won the lottery and I don't even know what to do with it. No, I worked and I worked and I worked and I saved and I worked more and I have side hustles and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And it's good. It's really good that it's there and I'm not surprised. That's the key. You need to work for it and you need to see it and you need to know that what you have is worth it. Do you guys have so here's my thing. I'm listening to a new book right now. It's called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I highly, highly suggest it. It's amazing. He talks about your money thermostat, and everyone's thermostat is set to something different. For example, there are some people that are set to hundreds, right? So they're always sure that they have hundreds of dollars in their bank account, right? There are some people that are set to zero. Whatever happens, even if they win the lottery, they're going to make sure that they go back to zero. They win the lottery, they're going to make sure they go back to hundreds. They're just going to make sure that that happens. Then there's people like Bill Gates, right? That man is set to billions with a B, billions. It may even be trillions now. Who the hell knows? But I can guarantee you, if he lost everything tomorrow, do you not think that in 2 years, we would see Bill Gates again with billions of dollars? There is no question in our mind that yeah, it's Bill Gates. He's incredibly smart and that's what his thermostat is set for. So I tell you that only because I've seen too many coaches take themselves out of the game because their relationship with money isn't fixed. Okay. And since this is being recorded, I need to let you know that Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success. It's all based on your diligence and skill and work. That's what you put in, that's what you get out. So work on that. Really think about how you can fix that and think about when you do become successful. Are you going to let that happen? Are you going to welcome that into your life? Or are you going to make sure it's just out of reach? I'm doing all the things and I still just can't get there. It's just out of reach. That's up to you guys. You're the one that puts the work in. This is your business. Why did you start this? Why are you here on a Friday night? Guys, it's a Friday night. You're boss babes. You are empowering yourself with the knowledge on how to make yourself an empire. That's incredibly, oh my gosh. It's so inspirational to me that you're here tonight, learning how to make your business better, learning how to be a better business owner and increase what you have. So I know I talked for a really long time and I may have got the passion sweats a little bit, but I definitely want to open it up for questions, and I didn't even look at the things. So you guys ask questions if you want to ask questions.
Yeah, don't be afraid to unmute, y'all.
Yeah.
I was like, bring your questions.
So I do have a question, not necessarily surrounding the compensation plan, but when you were beginning and learning about the compensation plan and adding people, do you find it easier to add people that you didn't necessarily know, like cold market?
So just to clarify, I'm not a coach, just
Okay.
so that you guys are clear. I work for corporate, so I actually don't have a team of my own. But what I do bring to the table is I talk to hundreds of coaches, so I can kind of give you both sides. It typically, what I hear is that it is, I don't want to say easier. I hate to use that word, hard and easy, but I find that coaches have an easier time training people from their cold market because there's not a lot of this but we grew up together. And
yeah, the emotional.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. there's way less emotion in that. So keep that in mind. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my dog, he's being a punk. So keep that in mind when you're creating trainings and things like that. It may go a different direction for people that you know. And you may have to like, all right, she's not showing up, I'm hands off, because the relationship piece isn't worth. It's just like if you had like a legit, if you had like a brick and mortar business, right? So if you owned a clothing store and you hired your friend and she didn't come into work for a week, you'd be like, I can't keep you on the payroll. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to treat people the same way. You have a franchise. That's basically what this is. Okay. When you have a team, you're like a franchise. They're just a piece of you and they're going on. And here's a really interesting piece of data for you. And I just kind of ate this up when I heard it. What we've noticed is that coaches who come on and do something, anything in the first 3 months. And what I mean by something is they sell a challenge pack, they hit Success Club, anything to like work the business. They're way more likely to work the business later on or continue to work the business no matter how slow or fast. But if in the first 3 months they do nothing, the likelihood of them doing anything goes down to like 0.1%. It's pretty shocking to see how much it falls off. So if you can get your person to start a pod group or use their BFF code, like please God, everybody use the BFF code. Oh my, like amazing. And if you aren't going to use yours, give it to somebody who can so that they can rank advanced. So thinking about those things, like have them do something, have them do a coming out post or talk about Success Club or try and help one person. So yeah, I just thought that data, I hope that helps. The emotion part does get sticky sometimes. I 100% agree. Yeah. And you kind of sassy with people you don't really know.
This is true.
What else?
I know Heather has a question.
I have like so many questions.
I love it.
It's just because first of all, I like really, really, really thrive off of like learning as much as possible, because I know there are literally 6 coaches on my team here that want to maximize the way they can earn income. And I legit am psycho and like do all the extra research because that's just how I am. So I just wonder how is the easiest way for like you to explain, we want you to hit Success Club for more than just hitting Success Club. Mm-hmm. Like we learned a little bit like about, it's always hard because like I am like 100% supportive. I have coaches on my team that don't hit Success Club every month. There's some that do. There's some that are almost there. There's some that are recruiting at their own pace. That's fine. But the compensation piece of hitting Success Club, I have been coaching for 13 months and I have noticed in 1 year, like it is huge paying off. Just because like leads and things like that. That's what I'm wanting, a better way to explain to like my team and future coaches that come in why it is so important. Because yes, I want you to hit Success Club. I want you to have the opportunity to earn all the different things that there are from hitting Success Club consistently. But like, you don't have to do it right away. You don't have to do it to be a success starter. You can just do it and start now because it pays off so much. Like, I was talking with Bailey's coach about it, and I really just think that there's a lot that people don't realize can pay off, like not like this month, next month, the month after, but like a year from now. Like I'm being paid right now from leads that joined me a year ago.
Absolutely. Yeah. So one thing that I will say, because you said you do all this extra research and stuff, be careful, guys, all of you, I'm not picking on you, Heather. But be careful how much information you gather, because I don't want you guys to become hoarders and not implementers, right? So if you're gathering this information, do something with it, right? And make sure that your power hours, your invitations are done and all that before you start training, if that makes sense. But I love it. I like, knowledge is power. So continue, just don't let it impede on growing your business. And it doesn't sound like it is, but it's a very real tendency because we have so many trainings and so many resources. So with that, I'll stop that. Success Club. This is like one of my favorite topics because so many people are like, I don't want to hit Success Club. Like, what if they don't want to spend $160? What if they don't want to do this? And it's like, okay, wait, let's take it back. Are you asking the questions? Okay. Are you asking the questions to solve your client's issues? Right. So if they say, I really want to lose weight, I want to have a beach body, right? I want to get lean. I want to fix my nutrition. You know, I want to lose 10 pounds. Well, what's the best way to do that? We know that it's the total solution, and that's a challenge pack, right? So if you come into Beachbody, and I'm going to get real with y'all. When you come into Beachbody, you don't come in and say, I want to help 1 million people for free. There is always an aspect of income. And I'm here to tell you guys, that's okay. Money is okay. Money is good. Earning money is good. Doesn't make you a bad, icky person. Remember that whole money mindset thing? It doesn't make you an icky person. And when people come to join you and they say they want to work this business, money is part of it. What is the best bang for your buck? It's the challenge pack. And I'm going to pull out this data again. Guys, I told you, like, Beachbody's crazy about their data. So when a client buys a challenge pack, they will get better results because they have the total solution. They come back and they purchase more items at a higher price, and they stay on longer. How many times have you had a client, they're like, oh, I have the bag of Shakeology, I didn't finish it, and now I'm not going to get it again. Like, okay, if you sold them a challenge pack, they're more likely to stay on, to give you that commitment. So one, why did you start Beachbody if you don't want to help people? Right? As a coach, as one of your coaches, they like, I'd be curious to know what their answer is. You know, okay, well, you just want to make money. Well, the best way to make money is to sell a challenge pack. So like, still, that's not an excuse. Like, you should still be selling challenge packs. And if you're worried about the longevity of your business, you should still be selling challenge packs, right? Like, it just makes the most sense. And Success Club, for me, and I always tell my coaches to run their business like I run my region. I spend my time with the coaches who are Success Club because it's a measurable metric. It's not something that, oh, well, I'm talking to a lot of people and I'm doing all this stuff on my stories. Like, no, like, show me the numbers. How many people are you helping? Like, that's the whole point of our business, helping people. That's what we do. And we get to get paid at the same time. So that's why Success Club is so important to me, because then I know who my coaches are that are working. Right? Yeah. It's not just about the kitschy stuff, you know, like the Theragun. I mean, that's amazing. The Ray-Bans, be still my soul. I definitely have a sunglass addiction. So like, y'all, I would do like anything for any of that stuff. But that aside, I want people to be healthy. I've seen too many lives not changed, saved from this business. And like, it's not fair for you to decide they don't need the challenge pack. Like, what qualifies you to be like, oh, they don't need the challenge pack, they just need BOD? Like, what? Did they say that? And if they didn't, like, that's not fair. So don't be that coach that decides for them. I hope that helps a little bit. I get all passionate about Success Club because it's like, guys, first of all, it's not hard. It's 3 people a month. Okay. That's less than a person a week. Like, well, I don't get it. I don't get it. So there's my, well, the last thing on that. Coaches typically will have growing pains, right? So everybody starts out and they're like, oh, Success Club is so hard, because you're right, Heather, it's a delayed response business. Like you said, you are having success from people that you contacted a year ago. There are some coaches that said no 7 years. They're just now starting. So typically we get good at this business in 3 ways. Stop. First way, I know it's like having a toddler. First way is you get good at hitting Success Club. Okay. Second way, you recruit coaches. And the third way is you help those new coaches hit Success Club. And those 3 things usually happen in that order. So once you get good at hitting Success Club, you know the tips and tricks to help your coaches hit Success Club. So as you're learning how to hit Success Club, you're bringing on these coaches, you're showing them the ropes, and then they get good at it too, and then they can duplicate with their team. It's a beautiful cycle of life. Great question. Anything else? Guys, it's so fun to be with you tonight. I hope that you have a wonderful Friday and you can like chin chin and
It actually totally makes sense. If you do your graph like, the way you do it, it makes a lot more sense, even if you do it for something higher, like 2-star diamond.
Yeah.
A full representation definitely gives a balance, because once you showed me that and then you said 2 to 1, the math total, I'm an analytical person. So that totally like, okay, I need 2 to 1 over here if I'm going to actually have what's called a weak leg.
Yep.
So I like the visual, even if you didn't have the whiteboard. I mean, like I'm a visual thing.
so ghetto. That's all right. You got the point across.
Hey, at least you used a colorful pen. It was red or something, or pink, you know.
I'm just gonna focus on Success Club myself, and I'll probably come back to you guys because it takes me a lot sometimes, or most times, to absorb things. Yeah, like even down to the workouts, my coordination never lines up, but I just keep going. Like I know it looks bad and it's probably wrong, but that's just how I do it. So I'll probably come back and be like, hey, can you re-explain that to me?
That's totally fine.
Thank
And
you so
Heather,
much.
I want to tell you, so I listened to a podcast this week, and I'm kind of obsessed with it now because I've been thinking a lot about it, and it's Bob Heilig, and he's like the upline for online marketer, or you know what I'm saying. But this is something to apply not just to your business, but to everything in your life. He said consistency trumps intensity every single time. 100 out of 100 times, consistency trumps intensity. So if you were to send 5 invites, but they're heartfelt, you're connecting with them, you took the time to actually write to them or talk to them, and it's like heartfelt, that's going to be better than 50 scripted invites. Because you're showing up to your workouts every single day. I don't care if they're half-assed. I don't care if you're like, I just started jumping up and down because I didn't know what was going on. You're going to get better results because you showed up every single day than if you did 3 workouts absolutely perfectly. So I don't ever want you to apologize for like, oh, it takes me a minute. No, there is no book written here on how fast you need to advance. If there is, I haven't seen it. I have so many coaches that are like, I've been in this business for 3 years and I should be here. And I'm like, oh, who told you that? Because I didn't read that book.
Right. Thank you.
So you're welcome. Absolutely. Just keep showing up, keep being consistent. And that's the magic.
I love that. Does anyone else have any questions?
I have some, but I don't know if people will like, I have so many about volume. It's not even like a question. I guess it's clarification, because we had a retreat last fall and one of the coaches there actually helped so much with like having a little bit more understanding of how to maximize compensation through your volume.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I just wanted to clarify, like, and you have that confirmed, that basically having the weak leg, having the strong leg. So for example, I can apply it to like a couple of the girls on here. Like I have a couple girls who are on my strong leg, and quite frankly, like that is going to ripple down into their business. And that's what I want a lot of people that join me to understand, because for example, Heather is my brand new coach. She just started 2 weeks ago. And she's on my weak leg with 3 of my other coaches. And that doesn't really matter because I'm going to be adding a shitload of people on my weak leg, and it's going to trickle down into their businesses and it's going to benefit them. So I guess I was wanting to reiterate to like everybody, there is a weak and a strong leg, but like eventually you'll figure out like you have to bulk it up, but it really like doesn't even matter until you get to diamond and star diamond and things like that. But it's just like so amazing to me because my weak leg is no longer my weak leg anymore. It's my strong leg now.
And it's probably not Heather's weak leg. Your weak leg is probably her strong leg because you've been. So let me show you guys something, and this might confuse you, so take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I have so many things going through my head, but I know it might not make sense to anybody else.
Totally. Well, keep like chunking away at it. But when we talk about placement, okay, so you are at the top of your organization and you have 2 legs and you have spots, okay? Now, when we're talking about, okay, Heather's in a spot on your leg, then Heather signs someone up, like let's say she's on your right leg and she signs up someone on her right leg. Well, then that person then becomes part of your right leg, okay? Because the legs don't really split. The only thing that splits that doesn't really, I mean, it still flows up through you, but is the left leg. Okay, so you wouldn't see that on your genealogy. So here's what happens. So these are all spots, okay? And that's Heather right there. So this is you up here. You signed, all these spots are full, then there's Heather, and then all these spots are full. But in here, these are some of Heather's coaches, and some of these people were signed by these people. So you don't split people up and then stick someone in the middle. It's just to the bottom, to the bottom, to the bottom, to the bottom. Okay, that's why all that volume grows and all flows up. Now that's a very abstract like thing to catch, but if you think about it for a while, you'll get it. Just keep in mind that there's steps. We don't skip steps along the way.
Right.
Does that make sense to you? Is that kind of what you were getting at?
Does that left leg volume stay on the right? It doesn't go to the right leg then. Where does Heather's left leg, not Heat's left leg, where does Heather Pulling's left leg go if the right leg, like where does her inside leg go? Does it go to the side?
No. So when Heather advances in Heat's organization, she's a right side diamond.
Yes.
Always on that side. So what happens is all of this volume comes up through here. Heather gets paid. And because Heather gets paid on her PV, that then becomes Heat's volume. So her PV turns into her PV.
Right.
TV.
So like, for example, for you, Brittany, you're on my right leg.
Right.
My volume is off the fucking chain on my right leg. And you just are like compounding it essentially with any other person I add on my right leg. It's just going to you and it's going to Chica and it's going to Demetrius. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So build your weak leg.
Yes.
That's what, so again.
Don't think of a weak leg, strong leg, try to build them both is what you're kind of saying. It's better to build both than, or try at least.
Yeah. So if you think about if you have a runaway leg that's super, super strong, the way I explain it, I mean, you always have to think about having those spots filled with active coaches because you have to think about your diamond rank, right? You have to keep diamond in order to make the most. And when you think about I have a runaway leg, I know I have 2 holes to plug over there, so I'm going to plug those holes, but everybody else goes on my left because every single person that you add to that weak side, cycle. That's what you're doing because if you add it to your strong side, well, it'll plug a hole, but you're not getting more cycles out of it.
Right. Got it.
So I don't even like really think about volume until like first of all, guys, ignore all of that back there. Emerald is what you just have to focus on first and
Totally
foremost.
true. Like
And
none of it matters if you're not Emerald.
Yeah.
And simple. So that's the very first step is Emerald. And then y'all, like, don't stop there. Please don't stop
No.
there. It would make no sense.
Is it Ruby when you have 4, 2 and 2?
4 and 2 coach. Well, one of each has to be a coach or Emerald coach.
So
2
one on each side.
leg. 2
on each leg, 1
Got
Emerald
it.
on each leg.
Yeah.
Got it.
So it's like you're missing the other 2 discount. Coaches are coaches.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And really, people go from Emerald to Diamond. They don't usually hit Ruby. I've never rank advanced to Ruby. They just go straight to Diamond usually. So it's like make Emerald your goal, go Emerald again, and then you're gonna build.
And again, and again, and again.
So that's why when you bring a coach in, have them bring on their friends, just like the BFF code. They're gonna get the BFF code. They can bring their friends along, bring their family, and they will hit Emerald. Get them started with the discount and the coach membership, and then you're gonna build a spouse or a family member. Or if you don't have a spouse or family, you're gonna have to have 2 people hit Emerald.
Mm-hmm. And it will happen.
And you can build a successful business, right, Mary, without a spouse or a family member if you do not have one. Like my mom just canceled, and I'm gonna be like, I'm successful. I feel like that holds so many people back, like when they don't have a family member or a spouse to sign up.
That's when you start talking to people in France, and then you find a bestie over there, and then you get to move to France with your Beachbody bestie, and you can build an international business.
Hell yeah.
Y'all, I got it all figured out. Come on, like stop thinking small. That's
a very dangerous thing.
Why not?
as who.
We don't even have a France coach or a UK yet.
See, be the
I wish
first
they
one.
Yeah, I got lots of customers.
Oh, Mary, when are we going to Australia? Because we have so many women.
Can we please just expand to Australia, please?
Sorry, I don't know. It's the biggest sticking point is the Shakeology, because there's so many like ins and outs and stuff, but I don't have any intel.
Is it ingredients wise?
I'm not sure.
It's the whole
I'm
like
not in regulations, so I don't know.
yeah, it's like such a long process just to like be able to get stuff over there, I think.
I
Yeah.
know. I wish they would figure out a way though, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Brazil. Yeah.
Oh.
Sabrina has like Brazil connections.
I love it. Anytime soon. Wish. Okay, guys. Well, it was so amazing